Hello, and a very warm welcome to Elevate Your English, the podcast dedicated to helping you speak with clarity, confidence, and fluency. Let's begin our journey together.
Hello, I'm Avery and happy to be here.
I'm Eden. Hi, everyone. Today we will talk about a very common topic, how to talk about your day naturally in English.
Yes, this is something we do every single day with our friends, with our coworkers, or even in our English class. It is a fundamental skill for anyone learning the language.
Right. Many English learners know the right words, they know the vocabulary, but they do not know how to make their story sound natural or interesting. They often sound a bit robotic.
So today we will show you easy and effective ways to share your day. We will give you simple grammar patterns, we will share some common phrases, and we will provide lots of examples you can use in real life.
Are you ready to learn? Let us begin right now. Talking about your day is a really great way to connect with other people.
Yes, it helps you practice both your speaking and your listening skills. And it's the perfect topic for small talk. Small talk is essential in English-speaking cultures.
Small talk means making a short, easy conversation about daily life. You use small talk when you're waiting in line at the grocery store or when you're standing by the coffee machine at work.
When you talk about your day in English, you can also practice using your past, present, and future tenses naturally in one single conversation.
You can say what you did earlier today, what you're doing right now, and what you will do later on.
That helps your grammar flow without too much thinking because you're just talking about your real life, and it helps other people get to know you better. We all like hearing real stories.
Here's an easy structure you can follow for talking about your day. If you use this structure, you will never get lost in your own story.
Step one is to talk about your morning. The morning is how every day begins, so it's the logical starting point for your story.
For example, you could say, I woke up at 7, I had coffee and toast, then I took the bus to work. Notice how simple and clear that is.
Step two is to talk about your afternoon. What did you do in the middle part of your day?
You could say, I worked until 3, then I had lunch with a colleague. After that, I finished some emails.
Step three is to talk about your evening. How did you end your day before going to sleep?
You can say, I cooked dinner, watched TV, and went to bed early.
You can use this pattern anytime. The morning, the afternoon, the evening pattern works in almost any casual conversation.
Yes, it really helps you organize your story, and it makes it very easy for the listener to follow along with what you're saying.
Here are some very common verbs we use to talk about daily life. These verbs are the building blocks of your daily routine.
Some of the most common verbs are wake up, get up, have breakfast, go to work, or go to school.
We also use verbs like start work, have lunch, finish work, go home, cook dinner, watch TV, and go to bed.
Notice that in English, we often use the word have for our meals. This is important to remember.
We say have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner. We do not say eat breakfast. Most of the time, native speakers prefer to use have.
That's a really good point. Another thing to pay attention to is the difference between wake up and get up.
Wake up means you open your eyes and you're not sleeping anymore, but you're probably still laying down in your bed.
And get up means you actually stand up and leave your bed. You're up and ready to start moving.
Let's make some short examples to show the difference. I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:30 because I like to stretch.
I have breakfast at home and then I go to work at 8 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock, I finish work and I go home. The drive takes about 30 minutes.
I cook dinner and then I relax with a movie or maybe a good book.
Easy, right? These simple sentences are great for beginner learners. They are perfectly clear and totally correct.
Now, let us try to make your story sound much more natural. We will connect our ideas with small words like and, then, or after that.
Listen to this example carefully. I wake up at 7 and have breakfast. Then I take a shower and get dressed. After that, I go to work.
That sounds so much more natural than saying each sentence totally alone. Pausing between each one makes it sound unnatural.
You can also use words like so and because to add reasons to your story. Giving a reason makes your conversation much more engaging.
For example, you can say, I was tired, so I went to bed early. The word so connects your feeling to your action.
You can also say, I went to the gym because I want to be healthy. The word because explains the reason for your action.
Using these little connecting words helps your story flow naturally and keeps the other person listening to you.
We can make your story more interesting by adding feelings to it. How did you actually feel during your day?
Feelings are very important. You can use simple feeling words like happy, tired, busy, excited, or relaxed.
For example, you might say, I woke up late and felt nervous because I had an important meeting.
Or you could say, I had a long lunch and felt very relaxed sitting in the sun.
Another one could be, I met my best friend after work. It was wonderful and made me feel happy.
These small details make your story sound true and personal. People love to hear about how you feel.
That's true. Let's move to how you can talk about free time naturally when you're not at work or at school.
Use easy, you can, and simple phrases like, I usually or on weekends I do something.
Some examples are, I usually go for a long walk after dinner. This shows it is a regular habit for you.
On weekends, I always try to visit my family and spend time with them.
I sometimes watch old movies or read historical books. The word sometimes shows it is not an everyday activity.
Try to use adverbs of frequency like usually, sometimes, always, or never to describe your habits clearly.
Yes, they make your story richer and give the listener a better picture of your life.
For example, I always drink a cup of black coffee in the morning, or I never skip my morning breakfast.
You can also talk about your plans for tomorrow or for the next few days. Shifting to the future tense is very natural.
Use the future form going to. It is fantastic for casual spoken English.
I'm going to meet my friend tomorrow afternoon for a quick lunch.
I'm going to clean my room because it is very messy right now.
I'm going to watch a new action movie tonight with my brother.
You can also say things like, I plan to or I want to when talking about the future.
I plan to study English for 1 hour after I finish my work today.
I want to make a special dinner for my family this weekend.
This helps you mix the past, the present, and the future naturally in one single story about your life.
Here's a short model conversation. You can listen and notice the way we speak.
Hey, Eden, what did you do today?
I woke up around 7 and had a quick breakfast. Then I went to my morning class.
That's nice. What did you study in your class?
We talked about international travel and learning new languages. It was super fun.
That sounds great. What are you doing later today?
I'm going to meet a friend at a local cafe for coffee. How about you, Avery?
I plan to go grocery shopping and then just relax at home tonight.
Cool. Enjoy your evening relaxing.
Thanks. You do the same. Have fun with your friend.
See, that was a simple, natural conversation about daily life. It was not too long, but it was friendly.
Yes, it is very easy to practice and incredibly useful for making new friends.
We have talked a lot about the typical work or school day, but what about the weekends? Let us talk about how to describe a weekend day.
Weekends are usually very different from weekdays, so our vocabulary changes a little bit.
Instead of saying, wake up at 7, you might say, I slept in. Sleeping in means you chose to stay in bed longer than usual.
You could say, on Saturday, I slept in until 10 o'clock, and it felt amazing.
And instead of talking about work or classes, you might talk about running errands. Errands are small chores, like going to the bank or the grocery store.
So a weekend story might sound like this. I slept in late, had a big breakfast, and then I ran some errands in the afternoon. I met friends for lunch.
That is a very typical Saturday for a lot of people. Notice how we still use the past tense for weekend stories.
Sometimes our days do not go perfectly well. How do we talk about a bad day without sounding too negative?
That is a great question, Avery. If you had a tough day, you can use words like stressful, exhausting, or frustrating.
For example, I had a really stressful day at work today. We were super busy and I had no time for a break.
Or you could say, my morning was frustrating because I missed the bus and arrived late to my class.
It's totally okay to talk about bad days. It shows honesty and it helps people relate to you because everyone has bad days sometimes.
When you talk about a bad day, you can end the story with something positive, like, but I'm glad to be home now.
Yes, ending on a positive note is a great strategy. It keeps the conversation friendly and uplifting.
Another thing we should mention is how to ask other people about their day. Conversation is a two-way street.
You can simply ask, how would you describe your day? Or what did you do today that was fun or hard? These are the two most common questions.
If you want to be a bit more specific, you can ask, did you have a busy day? Or how did your meeting go?
Asking questions shows that you care about the other person, and it keeps the conversation moving forward smoothly.
Let's do another model conversation. This time, one person will talk about a busy and slightly difficult day.
How was your day today, Eden? You look a little bit tired.
It was extremely busy. I had back-to-back meetings all morning, and I barely had time to eat my lunch.
Oh no, that sounds really stressful. Did you at least get everything finished?
Almost everything. I still have to answer a few emails tonight, but right now I just want to relax.
I totally understand. You should definitely take a break and watch a movie or something.
That's exactly what I plan to do. How was your day? Was it better than mine?
Yes, mine was pretty quiet. I just stayed at my desk and worked on my project all day.
Well, I'm glad one of us had a peaceful day. Let's grab some food now.
That conversation shows how to be supportive when someone tells you about a hard day.
Yes, noticing how the other person feels and responding to their emotions is a huge part of sounding natural in English.
Another topic that comes up a lot when talking about your day is where you work. Nowadays, many people work from home. Comment below, do you work from home, go to the office, or hybrid schedule?
Yes, working from home changes your daily routine completely. You don't have to take the bus or drive your car.
When you work from home, your morning might sound like this. I woke up at 8, made some coffee, and turned on my computer in my pajamas.
That is so true. You can save a lot of time in the morning, but sometimes it's hard to separate your work life from your home life.
If you work from home, you might say, I finished work at 5, but I just stayed in my living room. It can feel like you never really leave the office.
On the other hand, going to an office gives you a chance to chat with coworkers and have a clear end to your day.
You can say things like, I chatted with my coworkers in the break room, or I had a meeting in the conference room.
Both routines are very common to talk about in English, so it is good to know how to describe your specific situation.
Whether you commute to an office or just walk to your desk in the bedroom, your day's still full of interesting little details.
Let's not forget an important detail. Feed adding details about food. People love talking about what they ate during the day.
Food is a universal topic. You can say, I had a delicious sandwich for lunch, or I tried a new cafe down the street.
Describing your meals makes your story much more colorful. You could say, the coffee was really strong, or the soup was too spicy.
It gives the other person a chance to ask more questions like, oh, where's that cafe? Or do you like spicy food?
We can also add details about the weather. The weather changes how we experience our day.
For example, you might say, it was raining this morning, so I had to drive instead of walking.
Or it was so sunny this afternoon that I decided to eat my lunch outside in the park.
Connecting your daily actions to the weather is something native speakers do all the time.
How about taking breaks? How do you describe taking a break in English?
You can use phrases like, I took a 10-minute coffee break, or I stepped outside for some fresh air.
These small moments are just as important to mention as your big meetings or your classes.
Now, let us review the grammar we use today. We use the simple past tense a lot. Words like woke up, had, went, worked, finished, and cooked.
The simple past is the most important tense for telling stories because your day has already happened.
Many past tense verbs are irregular, like wake becomes woke, go becomes went, and have becomes had.
It is very important to practice these irregular verbs until they feel automatic in your mouth.
We also use the simple present tense for habits. Words like usually go, always drink, or sometimes watch.
And for the future, we used going to and plan to. These phrases make your future intentions crystal clear.
If you can master these 3 times, past, present, and future, you will be able to have long, beautiful conversations in English.
Let's talk about pronunciation for a minute. When native speakers talk quickly, they often link their words together.
For example, when we say wake up, it often sounds like one word, wake up. The consonant sound links to the vowel.
And when we say have breakfast, we usually drop the hard sound at the end of have, so it flows right into breakfast.
Listening to native speakers and trying to copy their rhythm will make your small talk much more comfortable and natural.
Let us give our listeners some homework to practice everything we discussed today.
Dear listeners, let us practice together. Think about your day from the moment you woke up until right now.
Use the pattern we taught you. In the morning, I did something. In the afternoon, I did something. In the evening, I will do something.
Add the small details. What time did you do these things? Who were you with? How did you feel while doing them?
Try to speak your story out loud in your room or write your story down on your phone after this episode is over.
The more you practice talking about yourself, the easier it will become to talk to other people.
Today, we learned so many ways to talk about your day. We really hope this helps you in your daily English conversations.
Yes, we covered short sentences, easy connectors like so and because, and lots of feeling words.
Remember our biggest tip. Keep it simple, but make it natural. You do not have to translate difficult words from your first language.
Use real things from your own life, not just examples from a grammar book. Telling the truth makes your English sound authentic.
Please do not worry about making little mistakes. No one is perfect, and every time you talk, you get better.
Well said, Eden. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us today on Elevate Your English. Below, you will find a free PDF list of vocabulary we used today.
Keep practicing your small talk. One small story each day builds massive confidence over time. Also below is a practice activity to talk about your day.
If you have learned something new today, comment and subscribe.